An HSF board member defends the decision to remove Brilhante from office.
And a Toronto man pleads guilty to 8 counts of manslaughter in connection with the Danzig shootings. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Friday, April 11th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Charlotte Anketel. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Kaya Welsh. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Charlotte has our top story.
A Toronto man has pleaded guilty to 8 charges in connection with the July 2012 Ginseng Street shooting. At a court hearing today, Nahom Zegazab pleaded guilty to 2 counts of manslaughter and 6 counts of aggravated assault. He was previously charged with second-degree murder and 22 counts of aggravated assault. Almost 24 people were wounded when police say rival gang members began firing at each other at a neighborhood barbecue. An unknown shooter fired 14 rounds from an automatic weapon. Police say the 2 people killed, a 14-year-old girl and a 23-year-old man, were just innocent bystanders.
The vicious battle at HSF continues over this disqualification of election candidates. This is a developing story we've been following since March 13th, when Tim Brilhante was disqualified from running for a second time for the office of president. At the annual general meeting, the student body did not approve the election results for president, triggering a by-election in September. However, this week, the HSF Board of Directors removed Brilhante from the office of president and Stephen McInnes from the board of directors. The removal from the board prevents Brilhante from being a candidate in any future HSF elections. Reporter Josh McConnell has the latest from both sides of the story.
The votes are in and former HSF President Tim Brilhante is out. HSF board members say the dismissal of Brilhante has nothing to do with the recent controversy surrounding the elections.
Clear separation between the fact that the president was removed from his position and what was happening with the elections.
VP of Student Life Lakeshore Campus, Colin Edwards-Cruz, says the reasons for dismissal are nothing personal.
The policies say that the president's supposed to be in the office for 35 hours a week, right? Somewhere between 35 to 40. And there are weeks where he wasn't in the office for like 20 hours, or he was only in the office for 20 hours. And like, that's a pretty considerable amount of time that students are still paying for somebody who's not in the office.
I really hope that my termination wasn't, that termination vote wasn't a way to prevent me from running in the election. I sincerely hope that they really believe that my performance was an issue, because, ask any student around here. I've been around 24/7, I'm accessible 24/7, and I put my heart and soul into the Student Federation. And so when I put in 350 hours more, and I'm simply pursuing a right that I felt I deserved an appeal.
McInnes also has concerns about his dismissal.
Because at the end of the day, this has tainted my reputation, and I don't feel it was just. I don't feel the statement clearly says what I did. I don't understand what was done.
He's been an excellent board member. He's really contributed to the board for the past 2 years, and he's an excellent student leader. So happened that certain actions that he took to deal with some of the issues probably weren't the most appropriate, right?
One other issue with Wednesday's meeting is transparency. The minutes will not be released until they are voted on in the next meeting in September. This is long after the controversy. It will no doubt be over. When Humber News brought this to the attention of the Board of Directors, they said they will try to move up the vote by the end of this school year. Josh McConnell, Humber News.
Thanks, Josh. The parents of murdered York University Chan Liu have come forward to say they hope that their death of their daughter leads to a safer environment for foreign students. Brian Dixon was found guilty of first-degree murder after slaying Liu while her ex-boyfriend in China watched via webcam. The ex-boyfriend watched Dixon force his way into the room and knock her down. The parent's statement comes a day after students who witnessed an on-campus shooting last month said they would take legal action against York for a lack of security.
With the warmer weather arriving, police say they expect to see a rise in motorcycle crashes. Officers say over the past 4 years, they have seen an increase in motorcycle deaths. The causes include inexperience, speed, and overly powerful motorcycles. So far, Toronto has already seen 2 accidents this week, but neither were fatal.
There are some road and subway closures this weekend, so be sure to plan ahead. A portion of Line 1, Young University Spadina, won't be open until noon Saturday due to emergency track repairs. Shuttle buses will be running between Eglinton and Bloor stations. The Toronto Yonge Street 10-kilometer run is on Sunday morning, leaving a portion of Yonge Street closed from Roselawn Avenue all the way to Fleet Street from Strawn. The 97 and 320 buses will be diverted.
Toronto tops the list of a new international report that measures cities according to resilience. It's followed by Vancouver and Calgary. The 3 Canadian cities were declared the most adaptive and least vulnerable on the planet. A London-based company measured the city's ability to avoid serious terrorist threats, while vulnerability looked at climate issues.
When we come back, we'll have more news from across the country and around the world. Darren O'Malley will have the sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Julia Grobowska.
It's a beautiful day, but don't let that warm air fool you. It's going to be a rainy next couple of days. I'll have your 5-day weather forecast after the break.